Hey team, wanted to quick make a video kind of update on my left hand writing experiment. I made a video a while back saying that I wanted to strengthen my left hand so that way my reflexes were boosted. They were trying to get them equal to my right hand or as close to my right hand as possible. I am right hand dominant. And so I wanted to start by just writing with my left hand to kind of get control of those muscles and kind of leash and harness that coordination. So I started and I just came up with like, hello, my name is Carolyn. I like being out in the sunshine. I just came up with a couple sentences I wanted to write in using my left hand. And so this was my first one, like that. So it actually turned out really, really well, all things considered. It took a little over 2 minutes to get 3 sentences out. But overall, I'd say, it's legible. You can tell that it's, there are a few weird bumps here and there, but looks a little awkward, but compared to my usual at any rate, it's definitely not my normal. And then it did progress to faster, but the quality kind of remained somewhat similar. I did have to experiment different surfaces. I found out that I wasn't holding the pen like down here, like I would normally hold a pen. I was kind of holding it up here a little bit, and I was kind of having it like straight up and down, kind of like this, sort of. So I had to be mindful about how I was holding the pen, so it looked like I was actually writing, and this actually does give you a good deal of control when you have more of a grip on it, like closer up. So it did not really improve from the start to the end per se. There was some variation in timing. Again, it kind of did depend on if I did have that elbow support, and it fluctuated. Some days I was like, I'm gonna go fast and I don't care how it looks. And some days I took my time and I wanted it to look nicer, and then it looked really about the same. I will say right-handed, I can write the sentence, hello, my name is Carolyn. I like to be outside in the sunshine, in 27 seconds, 27.65 seconds. Left-handed, my fastest time was 73.23 seconds. So just over a minute and 3 seconds. I think my slowest time was 131 seconds. So over 2 minutes. And that's quite a big difference. It takes a third of the time to write it right-handed. So 3 times the amount of time to write it left-handed. And it wasn't showing any sort of improvement, really. It's down from the 2 minutes by a half a minute. So that's impressive, I guess. But I'd say, let me find that first sheet. That happened within the first 3 days. Like it was 20 seconds off within the first 3 days. It did take a little bit of time to come down, but it was 20 seconds off the first 3 days, and then it was 30 seconds down a week later. So not the biggest difference time-wise there. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I am not impressed with the improvement in my left hand. Though now I do know where my baseline is, I guess. You can still see where it's kind of wiggly and wobbly, and that's okay. That's just going to be what it is. So instead of doing that experiment, I'm not giving up on it. I am instead going to freestyle write with a little bit longer of a time frame. So I figure 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes a day is probably not doing too much for this hand whatsoever. So I'm going to free write with my left hand. And I think we're going to set a time frame of 5 minutes. It works out perfect because I'm doing a writing initiative, 101 stories in a year. So I'm going to try to use my left hand when I'm writing and see if we can boost up those numbers. So we're going to give it 5 minutes, and we'll see how far we can get on a note card. I've got the note cards right here. So let's give it a shot, and we'll see what we can do, what we can accomplish.